Hello and greetings everybody, and welcome to another edition of Jamie's Journeys. And today we are in Chennai, India, formerly known as Madras, and we're on what's known as Marina Beach, which happens to be the second longest beach in the world, so they say. Anyway, today we are on a mission to go down the coast about 60 kilometers to a place called Mahabalipuram. This is a wonderful site to visit because it's a UNESCO heritage site, and it has these hand-cut, stone-carved temples made out of giant boulders that date back to the Pallava South Indian dynasty of the 6th, 7th, and 8th centuries. So we're going to take a little walk along the beach and jump in the car and head on down the coast. So thanks for joining me on another Jamie's Journey. Hello. Well, this is it's a colorful place. All the fishermen out mending their nets. I mean, there's several hundred fishermen mending their nets. As you can see, all the boats lined up ready to go back out to sea. Actually, this stretch of beach just missed the tsunami of 2004. Further on, just a couple miles down, is where the tsunami came ashore here. And it was only about 500 meters wide by the time it got here, fortunately. However, it did sweep away quite a number of people who were walking the beach early morning, and also took the lives of some college students who were in their dormitories right across the street. All right, hooray for Bollywood. Hey, we're still just getting started, but we've come across a little Bollywood scene being created. See what we can see. All right, we've now made it down the coast, and I'd say it took us less than 2 hours, and depending on traffic, it could be less. I guess it could be more. Anyway, we've come down to Mahabalipuram, and Mamala means Great Sacrifice Village, and originally this was known as Mahabalipuram, which stood for Great Warrior Village. Now, we are in the area of where King Pavala and his family reigned from the 6th to 8th centuries, and his kingdom reigned from the coast, then west about 65 kilometers. And what we're going to do now, we're going to go in and visit one of the great temples, and it's called the Shoreside Temple. All right, quite a place to visit. We're here at the Shore Temple. Now, this is one of 7 temples that were erected. This one was built in the 8th century. The other 6 of the 7 are gone. They were reclaimed by the sea. But this one still wonderfully remains. Now you can see this is built by blocks, block upon block, which is going to be in great contrast to what else we're going to see today. Now inside the temple there are shrines to a couple of the deities. So we're going to step inside and take a little look. All right, we're going to go inside this next shrine, but this is Lord Shiva, who we just saw on the other side of this temple. He is the god of destroyer, and his wife down below, she is the goddess of energy, and he's the destroyer of bad demons, by the way, not good. Takes care of the bad guys. Now also when you look at these blocks, you can see that they had to be held together somehow. And what they did is they collected shells and sand and ground it, mixed it all together, and that created like a mortar which kept these together. Now over the 1,300 years that this has been around, obviously the sea and salt air has, the salt air I should say, has eroded part of the images, but now once a year they clean them and they recover them with a protectant to keep it from eroding anymore. Let's take a look inside. All right, so we're taking a look at Lord Vishnu. He is the god of protection, and he is relaxing, or reclining. And I imagine it takes a lot of energy to be the god of protection, so he deserves a nap at that lovely little temple here. And if you look here, this is actually a deer. You can see the head of the deer has been sacrificed to Lord Parvati's, or Shiva's, wife. So this is Shiva's wife that we just saw inside, and she is riding on a lion. All right, well, I'm just down in the what is known as the sacred well. And the sacred well right now is full of sand, of course. But if you were to dig down just 2 meters, you'll reach fresh spring water. Now, just behind the well itself is a little shrine, but behind the shrine is an animal. And the animal has the head of a boar, the body of an elephant, and the legs of cows. Now, surrounding the shore temple, you'll see 162 bulls. And the number 162 is not significant, but the bull was the transportation of Lord Shiva. So, speaking of transportation, I think it's ready to get back to ours and head on to our next site. All right, we've now just come a short distance and we're at what is known as the 5 rathas. Now, rathas are known as chariots, and they are 5 main gods in the Hindu religion. And the chariots, there's one for each god. Now, they are all built in the 7th century, and they are built out of one complete piece of stone. So if they were to dig out all the sand, you would find that this rock, these structures behind us, are all made out of one piece of stone carved by hand in the 7th century. Absolutely amazing. Let's go take a closer look. All right, this amazing structure took 26 years to build. There were 500 to 600 people working on it every day. Again, these are the 5 chariots. This is the chariot of the gods. So it's the god of creation, the god of protection, the god of destruction of evil demons, the god or goddess actually of energy, and the son of the mother, the god of good luck. This is a fantastic relief. It's actually 45 feet high and 200 feet long. And a lot of explanation could go into deciphering this, and I will not try. But I will tell you that it is one of 2 of the epic stories in the Hindu culture, and it's all displayed here. However, you may see that part of the stone has not been completed, and that's because at the time of the king's death, all work stopped on it, and it was never resumed. All right, the first question I have is, how did this get here? How did it stop here? This is a natural phenomenon. You know, one of the reasons why this is, well, the main reason I should say why this area became so popular for stone carving is there's so many stones. Now this one was never touched. Now legend has it that they tried to remove it. They thought it was dangerous to society. So they tried to push it with elephants, pull it with elephants. Couldn't move it, couldn't budge it, and here it remains, and it looks like here it will always remain, but it is really quite a sight. It's known as Krishna's butterball, and that is because they say that Krishna really liked to eat butter. So here it is, great sight. That was fun. How interesting. All right, this is a shot of the sacred bull And they're allowed anywhere on the street, and they're fed by the people. And I don't think this one particularly likes me. I think he knows I'm not Hindu. But anyway, you'll see these all over India, sometimes even in the stores. Bye. Hey, the state of Tamil Nadu, which is where we are, is known for kind people, generous people, and also known, of course, for its granite. Because of that, there's a university here that puts out expert carvers. We did not stop to go in today, but we do see several different places where they do carving along the road. These images of granite, while very, very heavy, are not just shipped all throughout India, they are shipped all throughout the world. All right, now we've come to the Tiger Temple right along the coast, and this was the king's place for meditation. So the king would come here early morning, sit the morning sun, and take meditation. This area is also a place where when the rainy season comes, this all fills up with water. So the locals will go out to the beach, do some bathing, and then come back here and relax in the pool. You can see the Tiger Temple. You see lots of tiger faces all the way around. And then over here, you can see King Shiva and his wife. We've learned about them, and they're being pulled, or they're seated on top of two elephants. And also you see the image of a horse here at the Tiger Temple. All right, the day of the tsunami in 2004, all up and down the coast of Tamil Nadu, which is the state we are in, about 2,300 people total died as a result of that tsunami. As we showed you, some on the beach in Chennai, but all down and up the coast. Anyway, one of the interesting phenomenons that did happen and came about as a result of the tsunami is what you see behind me. This is a temple that only the top of the rock was shown. You can actually see the little ground line on the rock about halfway up, and only that was exposed. But after the tsunami, it uncovered what we see, or part of what we see behind us here. So there's a whole nother temple foundation that they didn't know even existed in this area. And in a moment, I'm going to introduce you to a man who told me this, and actually the man who was a survivor in this very spot. All right, I want to introduce you to a very interesting gentleman who is he's been a guide here since 2004. And prior to that, he sold coconuts here, and he's known as Coconut Raj. But Raj has a quite compelling story to tell. Raj, thanks for speaking with us today.
Yeah.
Tell us about the morning of the tsunami.
2004 came tsunami. I will be here. My coconut also outside on the beach. No fencing.
So you were
all open area.
So you were selling coconuts on the beach.
Coconut on the beach.
Just like in every morning.
Every morning.
Yeah.
2004, I will be here. my coconut also outside on the beach. I will be waiting the tourist. Suddenly the small sound to my ear. I will be see backside. Very big wave follow me. What is this? What is the idea? My life very important, business after. All throughout, ran away. Climb up the stone, safety my life.
So the crowd ran away? There
Yeah.
were people on the beach?
No,
No. But the
me
coconuts...
only one. Coconut also.
Your coconuts went away.
Yeah.
But you, where were you when you saw the wave?
Ran away, climb up the stone,
Yeah,
safety my life.
yeah,
Tsunami came 10 minutes, come and go.
yeah,
I will be sitting for 8 hours.
yeah.
No breakfast, no lunch, no dinner.
Is that because this was all water?
Yeah.
All water.
On the road.
Out and back, yeah.
Yeah.
And
10 minutes, come and go.
oh yeah.
Not waiting, the water.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Why did you stay 8 hours?
Sometime, suddenly came, where are you go?
Yeah,
Safe,
yeah. You were safe there.
my life.
Yeah. And right across the street is your house,
Yeah.
and your house
Also
was
damaged.
taken away. Yeah. But
Water inside.
this was used as an ancient lookout, wasn't it?
What?
A tower, ancient tower.
Watching tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will be sitting.
But this was a watching tower 1,300 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
watching tower.
Yeah.
1,300 years
Yeah.
ago, the Pallava enemy fighting on the boat in the ocean.
Mhm.
Puligasi climbing up. Take some signal in the firewood.
Yeah.
1,300 years ago, no electricity in the world.
Right.
Only firewood signal.
Uh-huh.
All the people came to this place. And then part-time work at 11 faces of the tiger. That name Tiger Cave, this name Watching Tower.
Uh-huh.
Climbing very easy, down very difficult.
Yeah. All right. Well, interesting story, and
Yeah.
Coconut Raj,
Thank you, sir.
thank goodness
Welcome.
you were spared
Yeah.
by the ancient watchtower.
Watchtower.
Saved his life. Thank you. So we're making our last stop on our journey today, and we're at a place where you can hire boats and a boat driver to take you on the backwaters. So it's basically sailing upriver, and you can see how the people live along the water. Anyway, it's time for us to now head back to Chennai, and I think we're ready for a refreshing cold drink after a nice journey ashore. So thank you for joining me on another Jamie's Journey. I hope you come travel with me again.